everybody, this is Misha Rahman. We're here at Startup City Live in Chicago at the Merchandise Mart at Techweek. I'm here talking to two very interesting entrepreneurs, firstly because they're entrepreneurs and secondly because they're in the food space, which is always interesting. So I'm going to start with Billy here. He is heading up the launching team with Sprig, and on the other side I have Sarah. We're going to talk to her in a little bit. So Billy, tell me about how you guys started Sprig and how you're growing right now. Tell me all about your exciting business.
Yeah, sure. So Sprig is based in San Francisco. It just started in late 2013, founded by two childhood friends that one of whom was actually working at Lyft at the time and said, hey, I want really healthy options immediately. So they teamed up with Nick Keller, who was the head chef at Google for a long time, and basically built a on-demand organic food company. So we deliver really high-quality organic food at just the touch of a button, about 15 to 20-minute delivery time. Today we're only in San Francisco, Palo Alto, and just started here in Chicago about 3 weeks ago.
Right. So how did you first find out that there is this growing interest in having food, organic food, delivered at home?
Yeah, so I think there's, awesome, great. I think there's two ties to it. I think one is like the changing movement as far as on-demand. I think that since 2010 and since all of these on-demand companies have started growing, people, the consumer, has become a lot more comfortable with that and a lot more expectant of those type of services. And then, I mean, organic food has just been part of like the food movement lately. So, I mean, today you can go to kids camp and they have arugula on the menu for children, which when I was a child was just like iceberg lettuce. And so I think this idea of expecting and demanding really high quality food and health is just something that people, especially in our generation, are getting used to.
So I'm going to go and let Sarah speak for a little bit. I want to hear about how you started the company and what was the inspiration, what was the idea that told you that this was the right time to do this?
Yeah, so I actually started out, my degree is in nutrition and wellness, and I was working in a hospital. I was actually not in the nutrition field. I was in breast radiology, working with some physicians, and I started bringing in food once in a while, and they were like, this is really good. Do you think you could make us some meals for the week? So I started with two of the doctors there. I would make all of their meals for the week, and then I just kept getting asked to make more and more food for people. And so I was just like, okay, maybe I'll quit my job and make this a business. So I'm very focused on nutrition, and I love to cook, and I love food. It just happened organically.
So I want to ask you both how you see this growing into the future. Like, where everybody is now interested in delivering healthy food, of course, but how do you differentiate your company from the competition?
You want to go ahead first?
Sure. I feel like, so our meals are stocked in your fridge and they're ready to go. So we're not going to replace all of home cooking, nor do I want to. I think people should still cook at home some and, you know, have some connection to their food. But we want you to be able to come home from work, 10 o'clock at night, you can eat something really healthy in 10 minutes that it takes to put it in your oven. And it still tastes fresh and delicious.
Yeah, and absolutely. Our models are a little different. Ours is more oriented towards the user that wants really healthy, delicious organic food and doesn't have that much time at all and is not prepared. Differentiation-wise, like the 15 to 20-minute delivery time, I think is something really big for us. And then just absolutely demanding this really high-quality organic food prepared by Chef Nate, or even tonight prepared by Sam Cass. Sam Cass is President Barack Obama's chef in the White House and was the head chef here at Blackbird in Chicago. And so we do these kind of celebrity guest chef nights to really provide this amazing experience to our users that we think a lot of the other companies aren't doing today.
I have a very Chicago-specific question. How difficult was it to break into the Chicago market? I'll start with you.
So we are actually only 6 months old, so we are still, you know, experiencing this. It's just been organic word of mouth so far, and we've grown every month, so I wouldn't say super difficult. Everyone's really interested in healthy food here and really interested in local food and farmers market and things like that, and everyone's really busy.
Of course, so that always helps, but how did you get the word out? Other than word of mouth, are you doing anything interesting?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Twitter and Instagram. Yeah.
Billy?
Yeah, no, I'd agree that, well, I think Chicagoans are like really in tune with good food. I mean, the number of Michelin star restaurants here is just through the roof. And then, food is such an experiential product. It's not like a software product where you're not touching it, you're not feeling it. This you're eating and you're smelling, and I think that people here really recognize that and enjoy that. And obviously that's something in every market that we need to be conscientious of. But every Chicagoan that I talk to talks about how hot the Chicago food scene is, and so I'm super absorbent of that, and I think our company is, and I think that we're doing all we can to really talk about the quality of our food when we're talking to the Chicago customer. It's going to be a big part of our value prop here and everywhere really going forward.
So where do you see this going into the future? How do you want to stay ahead of your competition in the future?
Yeah, so I think that the user is changing. I think that people are changing their experience and what they expect as far as, when we were growing up, delivery was like the pizza place or the Chinese place down the street, and that is just fundamentally changing. I think
experimental food. Different cultures.
Yeah, absolutely. So the other day we did chicken tikka masala. We'll do a bunch of different things that maybe aren't what you're thinking about ordering on a Tuesday night at 8 o'clock from takeout. So just providing that experience, obviously top of the line quality. And I mean, what any early stage company needs to do is just everything you can to make the consumer an advocate for your product.
So what are some of your most popular items on the menu?
Oh my gosh, the juices are really popular, and then everyone loves my macaroni and cheese, which I can't say is my healthiest option, but it's delicious.
It's quite a contradictory match, right? Juicing and then mac and cheese, but they're both good, so you can't really do without one. So have you ever tried any of the stuff that she made?
So I got my free coupon. I'm going to get a little bit of a...
Okay, great.
I'm going to sign up, try it out. I told him that next week I'd probably be a customer.
So how can somebody try Sprig for the first time? Do you have a
Yeah, for sure.
reward for the first timer?
Yeah, we have the Sprig app, which can be downloaded. Organic Chicago gets you $20 towards your first orders. Meals are $10 to $12, so that's probably a meal and a half. Yeah, just download the app and try it out. Monday through Friday for dinner time, 5 to 10.
That's great. And what about you?
Yeah, our website is Chefmade.com, and you can also use the code YouAreAwesome for $20 off your first order. And we're at Eat Chefmade on Twitter and Instagram too.
Great. So now you know it. You saw that two interesting people are behind two interesting brands, and you have a very good reward to go and try it for the first time. So I'm sure you'll try out these beautiful concepts and enjoy the food. So I'm signing off. Again, this is Misha Rahman from Startup City Live, Chicago.
Techweek.